Hello, July 4th. Here we are on the 4th of July, reading Courage to Change. As I say, it's just Sunday. Tradition 3 reminds me of two aspects of Al-Anon that I cherish. First, I know that I can go to a meeting anywhere in the world and expect to find no other affiliation promoted by the group. The members will not try to sell me a religion, a treatment program, a therapy, a political platform, or anything else. Should any individual in the fellowship discuss any of these with me, I am free to take what I like and leave the rest. Second, I know that I meet the sole requirement for membership in Al-Anon. I have encountered a problem of alcoholism in a friend or relative, and I do not have to dress, act, speak, feel, or work a certain way to belong. I do not have to believe or disbelieve. I am free to be myself. This is a come-as-you-are program. Al-Anon has come to support undiluted and with no, Al-Anon has come to my support, undiluted and with no strings attached. When I have needed it, I hope to pass it on in the same spirit. Oh my gosh, I had a problem reading that. I don't know if you've ever do that. That just shows me sometimes I'm up, I'm awake, I'm walking around, and I think I'm in good spiritual shape. And then ask me to read something or, I can't concentrate, right? And it's because my mind is scattered. I don't know if that happens to you, but it does happen to me. I get anxious and I wake up in full-blown codependency. I mean, I wake up as I went to sleep in recovery and I woke up in crazy Karenville, crazy Karenville. And I don't know what that's about. It's like a reset back to my original, I got to do this, I got to do that. What's she going to do? Oh my God, I wonder if they're mad at me. I don't know. That's just crazy, crazy, crazy. And I woke up too and I prayed before. I could tell when I woke up that I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. I'm a little nervous about, and there's no reason to be nervous. I have to constantly find something to be upset about or worry about or fix or do. I'm a doer. I'm going to check things off the list. So it doesn't matter what it is. My mind is racing. I kind of feel a little uneasy. I've been having really crazy dreams. I'm just telling you the truth. I mean, maybe you signed on here to give me, my perils of wisdom about how I got better and never did it again. And unfortunately, that's not my story. I deal with this. This is why I like to say it's a 24-hour-a-day program. I just stay in the moment, and I only have today. So when I wake up in the morning and I'm already, I have to ask God for help, and I did first thing. I could feel it. And, I just could feel it. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's the 4th of July, I'm a big proponent. You've heard me. Today is just Sunday. Don't make a big deal out of it. But there's something that still, when you have a loved one that is not able to participate in holidays, they're sick, they're, whatever it is, they're missing. I have a friend who has a daughter who's on the streets, and I don't know how. I mean, she is my hero. She really handles it well, and she loves her daughter. But after years of doing this, she's just really had to go on with her own life and pray for her daughter. And that's kind of the state, I've gotten to as well. Maybe not on that level because I know where mine is, but I can't imagine not knowing where she was. But that constant, so I woke up this morning, I said, God, direct my thinking, help me settle down, help me be in the moment. And I thought I was doing pretty good until I sat down to read. And when I'm reading and I'm not really reading what I'm reading, I know something's amiss. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to talk about and not exactly the reading. But I have to get centered. I have to ask God, bring me back to the moment. Okay, so I'm going to look at this again because I didn't even see before that it started with tradition 3. It's talking about tradition 3. I do know it's talking about this is my sole and primary purpose when I go to Al-Anon. is to not, I used to go to a meeting and it was a loosey-goosey meeting, but there wasn't a lot of meetings at the time here. And I went to this meeting and a guy came in and tried to sell his Girl Scout cookies. And I could see right there, like, this is a slippery slope. Like, what if I'm here because for life and death situation, right? I'm here because I need help. And this is kind of my last house on the block, right? This is where I need help and I need to come here for help. So what if he sells me cookies and I don't get my cookies? I'm not saying me, but anybody. Do I get a resentment? Then I tell the guy I didn't get my cookies. Well, they said they sent your cookies, I mean, it's just one more cause for discontent. And then what if I did buy a box of my favorite Thin Mints? And then the next week, a woman comes in and her son is selling that paper, Innis wrap, and gift wrap. I feel pressure. I got to buy the Innis wrap. Then someone else comes in and they're selling Amway. All of a sudden, I'm spending money. I'm getting like freaked out because I'm spending too much money. I'm supposed to be going here for help. And all of a sudden it's become a problem. And now I don't want to go because I don't want to buy anything. I got that Innis wrap from when my kid was in school. And I got more gift wrap than I could possibly use. You know what I mean? So those things don't belong in Al-Anon. Those are outside things. And I don't even think you should put pressure on someone outside of Al-Anon, one of your friends, to participate in your kid's drive or your own personal thing. And I know, I know this thing. I know the human condition. And I know things can go awry. So this tradition is to set up Al-Anon, the people in it, and the people coming in so they can continue to come and get an answer. That's why it's here. And I've seen all sorts of crazy stuff, right? And I had a sponsor once that sold me, wanted me to do additional sessions with her. She was a holistic type, not really even a counselor. I don't know. Anyway, what she did was very interesting and it worked, right? But she would sell that to her babies or the people she was sponsoring. And that's a slippery slope. You know what I mean? It didn't have anything to do with Al-Anon, but then I felt like I needed to do it because she was my sponsor, And then when I didn't want to do it, it's just a slippery slope. I don't know if you know what I mean, but really, tradition 3, it's like, let's keep this one thing out of it. I mean, if you look at what happened in the political world in the last few years, if people were able to bring their political beliefs into Al-Anon, Nar-Anon, AA, NA, all of those programs would have ended. They would have split right down the middle, or, 60-40 or whatever it is. But there was no common ground and people were losing their minds, right? People are still losing their minds over it. So if you brought that into Al-Anon, it would stop our primary purpose to help people find an answer, a solution to their problem, right? So it's really important to keep your own ideas out of Al-Anon. Now let's see what the last said, because I'm not sure if I spoke directly on it, but it's really important. Yeah. And then the sole requirement to come is pretty much you've encountered a problem of alcoholism in a relative or friend. You don't have to make a certain amount of money. You don't have to make any money. You could be homeless. You could be, you could live in a penthouse or an outhouse. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter race, religion, creed, nothing. Everyone is welcome in Al-Anon, and pretty much it's everyone, because everyone has a relative or a friend who's suffering from alcoholism. It's really common now. I think it's always been common and we just didn't talk about it. And now we're talking about it. And I think we have to talk about it because there's so many people dying and there's a stigma around it. And it leaves the families and friends in a lurch. It's really difficult for them to talk about what really happened. And on lots of death certificates, they end up putting, heart failure, liver failure. They put everything but died of alcoholism, you know? So I think it's important, and it's really important that I know why I'm going to Al-Anon and that I'm keeping outside issues out of there and make it available for the next guy. Have a great day, you guys. Be safe.